Civilization 6 on consoles really could do with a patch, especially on the PS4 where there are some pretty big issues. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about why we haven't got a patch yet, or we're going to speculate about why we haven't got a patch, and that's going to involve just giving some interesting information on who exactly is responsible for the game on consoles, because although I see Civilization getting a lot of stick on Twitter, the official Twitter page, I don't think they're necessarily responsible for this. But do hear me out, and yeah, let's start. Just as a quick note, the last time I did a video like this, everyone was like, oh, you hate Civ. I don't hate Civ, I love the game, I think it's brilliant, but it doesn't mean that it's flawless. I've not got rose-tinted glasses on, I can see the problems. So what kind of problems have people been telling me about? Have I experienced myself? Has my research shown up? So, the big one, which a lot of people seem to think if it doesn't affect them isn't a real issue, is the screen size not fitting properly. Now, a lot of people have told me before, well, you can just adjust your telly. For some reason, on some tellies, it's just, there isn't a workaround. So people are basically getting it where you can't see the bars at the top. And as anybody that plays Civ knows, if you can't get your telly to work so you can see the whole screen, it doesn't work. Because then you can't see things like your science production, your gold production. It just doesn't work properly. And unfortunately for some people, they just can't find workarounds, even though they've obviously tried the basic things like changing screen resolution, etc, etc. Another thing people told me was that they've seen units disappearing. That's not a problem I have encountered myself, but sounds very scary. And the PS4 has online problems, not being able to play with friends, which is a real drawback, because that's one of the best things I thought about it on PS4 and Xbox compared to the Switch. You could actually jump into a game with a few of your friends, but unfortunately it sounds like it's still not working properly on the PS4. The build queues, is that a glitch when you can't have a build queue and purchase a unit? That's kind of weird. And one glitch I had myself was I loaded the game up and it just looked like a complete mess. That was a while ago though. To be fair, in my own personal experience on Xbox, I've not really had too many problems. One final thing I'd say is that apparently the Switch version crashes pretty much all the time, but although I own the game and the DLC on that platform, I've not personally played it for a while, but I can believe that it crashes quite a lot, because even before all the updates came out at the end of last year with the DLC, it did crash a bit, so I can understand how the system's just not dealing with it. So there are a few of the issues. Obviously, if you have found any other issues or experienced any other issues, let me know down in the comments. I am sort of trying to keep tabs on this as much as possible, so when we get an update, I'll be able to say what's fixed, what's not fixed. So yeah, do keep letting me know. So the big question of today's video, why could it be taking so long for us to get a patch on the consoles when a patch is really needed, or just some form of patch to fix some of the issues is needed? Well, I think it all comes down to the kind of who is in charge and responsible for the console version of Civilization 6. Now, a lot of people think that it's Firaxis, because obviously they created the game, they are on the box and everything, and Firaxis did, you know, they're responsible for the PC side of things. But it's not, it's Aspyr. Now, Aspyr are the team that brought it to iOS, Switch, Xbox and PS4. And they're sort of like 2K's go-to people when they want to port a game from the PC over to consoles. Now, what I would say about Aspyr is that on the whole, they do a good job, but obviously there's limitations, and we'll go over them now. So, why could they be struggling to get a patch out at any sort of particular pace? Like, there's been issues quite clear from day one. So they are a team of what their website says is only just above 70 people, which, you know, it sounds like a fair few people, but it's quite a lot smaller than Firaxis, who I believe have around 200 people, and I think at the end of last year they were hiring again for Firaxis. So why is that important? Well, maybe they just don't have the resources right now to get a patch out quickly. You've got to think that Aspyr, once they finish a project, so once they finish porting Civ over to consoles, they're going to have to move on to something else. For example, later this year they have got Star Wars Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy coming to the Switch and PS4. I'm sure there's plenty of people working on bringing that over successfully, so again, their resources are split, and I'm pretty sure they'll be working on things we don't even know about at this point. Now, I'm not saying that the team at Aspyr are just completely forgetting about Civ, that there's nobody working on it, but I just think it's probably a fact that they don't have the resources to have lots of people putting tons of time into this. I think that you know, we probably will get a patch, we definitely need one and should get one, but I just think that's why it's taking longer, because they don't currently have the resources to get it out as quickly as they'd like. So what are my overall opinions on the current situation? Well, I didn't really want to have to make this video. I was hoping that I could respond to a patch quite a bit sooner, but I felt like it was important to try and shed some light on this. Overall, it's not good. Like, I don't think any game should be released unfinished in some ways. A lot of people bought Civ 6 on PS4 and Xbox One because of the online functionality, because they thought they could go and easily play games with friends, and obviously with that not being the case, I'm sure that is particularly frustrating for a lot of people. I've seen it before with games where they didn't feel like it could be finished in time, so that they just went and got the game out. Like the Spyro Reignited trilogy a couple of years ago, they actually delayed the game just to make sure it was to where they want to be, and I'd much rather see that with video games. I'd much rather them take the time, that extra bit of time to get things working properly, than have to move on. Now, I do sort of feel for the people at Aspyr, because obviously they're going to have worked very hard on this, and to see it have so many issues is not ideal, but people pay the money and they want a good product. This goes bigger than Aspyr. This is sort of, you know, it's not just Aspyr's fault. There's people at 2K and everything like that. They have deadlines to meet their businesses, and this is where these sort of issues can arise. Hopefully we do get a patch very, very soon, and I'm sure the people who are working on it at Aspyr are working quite hard to do so. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to make a quick update on the topic, because lots of people still tell me about their issues, and it is very sad to hear. Do keep letting me know though. Also, thank you so much for watching today. Remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more Civ content like this. We do Civ videos pretty much every week, including like big one-off videos on every Friday. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video soon.